We're here today at the Beaty House, which you see behind me. The Beaty family was well known in the Conway area. Mary Brookman Beaty and Thomas Wilson Beaty were married in the mid-1850s in Bucksville, South Carolina. Mary was governess to the children of the Buck family down there. After they were married, they built the home behind me and moved here. Subsequently, they had 5 children. Mary and Clara died in infancy, possibly from diphtheria. The other 3 lived on. Cora was married to a young man, and while they were on their honeymoon cruise, they were taking a steamboat cruise, the boat ran aground of a sandbar. Cora's husband contracted a hemorrhagic fever, which may have been malaria. We don't know, but possibly malaria at that time. And he lived not long after being attacked by a swarm of mosquitoes on that boat. After his death, Cora came back to the home, a young widow, and lived with her parents. She was writing in her journal one day on the porch that you see behind me when she heard screaming coming from the back part of the home. She was astounded at the screams, so she ran to the back of the house where Frederica, her sister, and a trusted family servant were swimming in the Kingston Lake to cool off in a hot August afternoon. Cora recognized that Frederica was in trouble, and so she jumped in to try to save her sister and the servant. But in the interim, she herself developed problems, and both she and Frederica drowned that day along with the family servant. Not long after that, Mary, the mother, was in her sitting room, her sewing room, downstairs. She had gone upstairs to check on Brookman, the last living child. He had had a fever during the first part of the day, and she had gone up to check on him when he seemed to be resting comfortably. Not long after that, she came back downstairs and she heard angelic voices singing, and she thought she recognized the voice of Cora, her daughter. And so she cried out, "Cora, why have you come back?" And Cora said, "Mother, we've come for Brookie," which is what they called him. Mary ran upstairs to see whether actually that was the case. And indeed, Brookman had died. So in that space of just a few short years, the Beaty family lost all of their children. If you have a chance, when you're in Conway, please go to the Kingston Presbyterian Church Cemetery, where you will see sculptures memorializing 3 of the small children who died when they were